In this video, we're going to be discussing configuration of macros. Basically, how do we set up things that are going to make our lives faster and easier? So, under configuration, we have the advanced configuration, or you can see it out here, macros. We love macros. So, most common macro setup, these are things that we're oftentimes pulling forward from year to year. Our EIN databases for W-2, our most common charitable deductions, um, you know, Schedule D entries, interest and dividend providers, K1s, a whole bunch of stuff. Some of those are also return status tags. So at the beginning of the year, we have a lot of different people coming in. Some are ready to file, some are getting estimates, we're waiting on documents to verify, update, and so forth. And we would want to track those in the client list, be able to pull reports on them to know exactly where we're at. How many returns do we have in this status, right? So it will really assist you in streamlining your workflow, your process, how to identify again those clients that are ready to go versus those that you're waiting on some stuff. So I'm going to go into return status tags and go ahead and add in click new. I'm going to add in this return status tag. We're going to say waiting on W2. Click OK. And now we can tag this to a return. So if I'm done with a return, I can go in and tag it. Let me show you how to do that real quick. So we're in our test return. We go to exit and we've got our pop-ups I forgot to turn off from the previous video for custom discounts as well as custom invoice items. Now down here at the bottom, we've got the return status tags, number 14. So I'm going to click into this return status tag, and I'm going to say that we're waiting on a W-2. I'm going to exit this return. Now again, I could create 20 or 30 of those tags. It becomes a little less effective when you have too much to look at. Now if I drag this screen out a little bit, and I should have done this before, but I didn't, and we scroll all the way over to our waiting on W2. Now you can see these little things. I'm going to get into these here in a little bit as far as a portion of our navigation for just basic reporting. But the filters there act just like Excel and allow you to filter down on however many items we have in there. So if we wanted to separate our waiting W2s from our ready to e-file, need review, all those sort of things, we can do so very easily. So some of the other macros, let's jump back, are modifying that client list we were just looking at, right? Maybe we have too many items in there. We want to limit how many the preparers are seeing, or we just got a bunch of junk in there, so we want to get rid of it. So we would go to our display settings, we would go to our edit client 1040 list, and let's look at the columns. So I could say, I don't want everybody to do quick maths and look at how many fees we charge. Don't really care about their address, their state zip code, maybe their city, and how many fees are paid. Again, don't want my preparers being able to do that math real quick. So we go ahead and we click OK, and we can bounce back and we see that the client list has then been updated. We can also change the look of it. We don't maybe like this blue background. We want it to be green, or not green. Sheesh, maybe purple. A little bit better than green, but I'm still very partial to the blue. So we can go back, and there's a ton of stuff. EIC due diligence confirmation. I want to make sure that my preparers are forced to answer this EIC due diligence questionnaire that we got in there. So I'm going to change this to yes, and it's going to pop up in their face, making sure that they are putting in the due diligence and really protecting the business. We've got other things as far as just really navigational things. Do I want to ask to exit the main menu? Do I want to ask if the 7216's been disclosed? Do I want to lock the return when it's pending acknowledgement? Yes, I do. I don't want anybody changing it while I've transmitted the return out and I'm waiting for it to come back with an acknowledgement. So there's a lot of settings in this advanced configuration macro under the macro kind of header. I'd really encourage you to dive into those. A lot of these things we have updated to the most common setup, but if you didn't like maybe our selection, what we thought was best. We're wrong sometimes. Please go in here, give us a call, and we can figure out what works best for you in your practice. Thanks so much.